Welcome back everyone. It's been a long time since I uploaded. There's been a very good reason for it. The reason is I haven't had a job. No job, no money. No money, no content. So I have a job again. I'm back and I have been messing around with the car. Obviously I've been doing things that didn't cost me any money. So I've been messing around with the car. One thing you'll notice about the car at the moment is it's a lot higher than it was before because we're going 4x4. I'm joking. It is on axle stands at the moment, so it's just easier for me to work on the car, to kind of, you know, do bodywork stuff. Now I've been working on various bits and pieces kind of under the skin, as it were. Things like this, various supports for the bumper, and I'll show you on the other side, bracketry and bits and pieces. So brackets like that, little feet there and there to hold this in position. But today is the day that I've been kind of, well, planning for a long time. It's taken, yeah, a lot of brain power for me anyway, because I'm stupid, working out how to do these side skirts. Now, looking at this, obviously my main issue with this is getting this side skirt to run in line with that point there on the bumper. So I have to make a section that bridges the gap between here and here. Now I've kind of worked out how it needs to look, so I can yeah, make a bridging section. I need to work out exactly how wide it needs to be. So I'm going to bounce back and forth between bits and pieces, but yeah. I've worked out the first angle. That's the hardest part. The hardest part was working out the angle of this bit here. So I've worked that out. I did a little test piece. It's not right. Yeah, that needs to not flap around like that. So let's cut another piece. Nope. More. Now I should have done this before I put it on the jack stands, but I need to make sure I've got the right amount of depth. Well, I need to work out from here to here, or here to here, where that sits. So, gotta put a wheel on and measure it up. Right, ideally I need the car on the floor, but I'm not going to do that because it took me ages to get on the jacks. Why? Right, let's work this out. That's exactly the right height. Well, exactly the same height anyway. I worked this out in my head last night and worked in my head. Right. It needs to sit like that, but out more. This is gonna be hard work. Right. I'm just gonna fiberglass this and see what happens. Why not? Why not? Ah. Right, it's kind of working. Damn it! So I think I just completely fluked that. What I wanted is this angle to obviously not only sit in there nicely, but I wanted this angle here to match this angle. The angle that's here, the angle that's here that you can't see. Obviously we've got this little step thing, so from groping underneath this, yeah, that's completely flat and matching. So I don't know what I've done to deserve that, but thanks. Just remade it. Let's pull this off. Yeah, hopefully you can start cutting and kind of sticking-ish. Right. Don't know how or why this is working, but it's obviously witchcraft. Yeah, that's kind of where it needs to be. That's pretty wild looking. Yeah, that's nuts. That is pretty crazy. Brain's kind of toasted right now, but that'd be pretty obscene, I think, when that's done. And oddly, the side skirt's the right length. Yeah. Right, so now what I'm probably going to do is cut this off, I guess. So this right here, it's basic position of where it's going to be, just kind of roughly holding it in place. It's holding pretty well. I am going to make another version and extend that bit there and extend that a little bit more. So I've put some kind of little wings on that just to extend it, but for now, all I wanted to do was get this kind of roughly in the right position. And that is what we're looking at. In terms of position, that is, let me get my measuring device. So, in terms of clearance, front and back, it's a couple of mil. Lots of things to work out, obviously. Need to extend that section there. Need to work out how I'm going to fill this here. This is probably going to have to change completely. So a new plate for the front, new plate for the back. I'm not going to mess around with the back yet because obviously I haven't done the rears. Need to start on that soon. But yeah, that's giving you a position, an idea of position anyway, of how that's gonna look, which is gonna be pretty wild looking actually. That's gonna Damn, that's be really nuts. So, skip ahead and we'll redo this section here. There hasn't been a whole lot of talking in this episode so far because I've been concentrating. So, we made obviously that piece to bridge the gap, fixed it, you know, fiberglassed it. There's a long way to go with this still. It's pretty tricky because to get the same distance in height, you know, from the floor to the top of there and the floor to the top of there, it's actually been a little bit difficult. I'll set you up real quick. Now, I can literally just do that, and that holds it in. That's where it needs to be in terms of distance. The back comes out a little bit further than the front because the body on these cars, they tend to taper. Well, they do taper at the back. So, I've had to work with that. This is hanging a little bit low at the moment, like a centimetre lower than the front. So I'm going to have to do basically that. But I will get that to hold by making those front sections and the back sections hold it into place. It's frustrating because I have to do like one bit first and then do another bit and then kind of keep them going back and forth. It's pretty intense, but it's going to be worth it. That's actually sticking out quite a lot. It's quite obscene, but it's fine. That's going to look pretty wild when that's done. It's hard to gauge like how nuts that's going to be. So imagine that section all bridged. I think this might take me a bit longer than I thought it would initially. I need to do the other side, obviously, as well, and get that identical, or near as identical. You can't look at both sides at the same time. More fiberglass. Slides gets on, obviously, tentatively, it's not on, it's just kind of hanging on there. It's literally just shutting the door and it's just holding on. It does need to come up a little bit more, probably like a centimetre to match the same height as the front bumper. But what I need to do now start finishing the front off. I think I'm gonna have to do this in stages because I can't really finish off the rear until the rear over fenders are done or kind of semi-done. So anyway, I need to do end caps. So I've got myself some MDF, some kerfed MDF. So it's just got cuts in it like that, so it's bendy. So what I'm gonna do, take this off. Take that off and use this, put it like that to get that shape. It's almost in that shape anyway. Yeah, it's really almost that shape. Decided to get us jacked up into position. That end cap is in position and currently in place with a hot glue gun. So that's holding. I'm just going to put a little bit of fiberglass in there to get that to hold, and that should stay in place. Cured in there. That's actually surprisingly solid. I mean, that's just hot glue gunned on. I need to do, a piece for here and then a piece to go in there. Been a bit of a hit and miss this vlog. Haven't vlogged in a while. Trying to get back into the rhythm of it. But things should be kind of getting back to normal pretty soon because I have a job again, like I said, or may have not said. But I hope you guys like that. That's a massive step forward for the for that. I mean, that just looks ridiculous. Yeah, that looks super cool. So obviously I've got to mimic the other side that's going to be pretty straightforward, just time consuming. Can't do the back until I do the rear over fenders. So originally when I did the Brat, because I lowered it and put those bolt-on flares on it, I cut out the original arches. They were pretty rotten anyway, but I cut out the original arches. But I need that original arch shape to kind of work with the front ones, because the front ones have it. So I did take a mould of the front arches, so I've got to smooth those out, fit them onto the rear where the arches should be, or should have been, make them look all nice, blend it all in obviously, and then fiberglass over that, and then I can cut them back out again. A lot of work, but it's got to be done to make sure that I've got that similar kind of shape. Although it's very subtle, I've still got that kind of OEM bulge to it. So yeah, fun and games. But hope you guys like that. I'll be back as soon as I possibly can with some more bits. Got some stuff on order that should be turning up pretty soon, to kind of make the front end look a little bit better, a little bit cooler. So more on that. I'll keep you guys updated, and I'll see you soon. Take care.
Subscribe, you fools.